There are times when you might want your Arduino to respond to some user interaction. For example, let's say I push a button. This might light up a light or make a robot drive forward. To do that, we'll need to use conditional statements, which change the way a program flows. But before we get into conditional statements, let's talk about relational operators. A relational operator asks a yes or no question about the relationship between two numbers. For example, is 15 equal to 9? Well, no. Is 42 greater than 23? Yes. Is 7 not equal to 70? Yes, 7 is not the same number as 70. We can express these questions using 6 different operators. A double equal sign asks the question, are the two numbers on the left and right equal? An exclamation mark followed by an equal sign is the opposite. Are the two numbers not equal to each other? The less than symbol asks if the number on the left is less than the number on the right. The greater than symbol is the opposite. Is the number on the left greater than the number on the right? You also have less than followed by an equal sign. This checks if the number on the left is less than or equal to the number on the right. Finally, the greater than symbol followed by an equal sign is similar. Is the number on the left greater than or equal to the number on the right? When we use relational operators, note that they return an integer value. The operation results in either a 1 for true or 0 for false. We can test this using some serial print statements. For example, in a new sketch, write serial.begin 9600 in setup and serial.println 3 == 3 under that. Upload that and open a serial monitor. As you can see, the answer to does 3 = 3 comes out as a 1 for true. Now, let's try a different operator using variables. Delete the serial.println line and write int a equals -107, then int b equals 36. Under that, write serial.println a greater than equals b. Upload this and check the serial monitor. You should see a 0 to show that -107 is not greater than or equal to 36. Printing out yes or no answers as integers is great fun and all, but relational operators become far more useful when paired up with conditional statements. A conditional statement is some code that performs different actions depending on the outcome of some specified condition. This is easily represented in a flowchart. Let's say that we have a test case in our program where we evaluate some number against another. For example, is A less than B? This question is represented as a diamond in the flowchart. If so, then execute some code. If not, then execute some other code instead. Let's look at a real code example. Back in our program, remove the serial.println line. Write if, open parentheses, a greater than or equal to b, close parentheses, open curly brace. Serial.println, open parentheses, open quotation marks, true, exclamation point, close quotation marks, close parentheses. And then make sure you have a closed curly brace. This says that if the relational operation between the parentheses after if returns true or 1, then execute the code in between the curly braces. For us, the word true would be printed to the serial monitor only if A was equal to or greater than B. Run this and open the serial monitor. Because A is not greater than or equal to B, nothing shows up. If we change it to A less than B and run that, you should see true appear, as -107 is less than 36. If we wanted to display something when our relational operation is false instead, we could add an else statement. After the closed curly brace, write else open curly brace, and then serial.println false. Make sure that we have a closed curly brace. Now, if A is less than B, true is printed. Otherwise, the word false gets printed. Change the relational operation to A == B to see if A is equal to B. Run this and you should see false appear. One common mistake you may find is accidentally typing one equal sign when you mean to compare two numbers. For example, if I use A = B for my relational operation, what do you think will happen when I run this? Oddly enough, the program compiles and runs just fine. When I check the serial monitor, I get true. Wait a minute, A doesn't equal B? How can this be? Well, remember that the single equal sign is the assignment operator in C. It's not for comparing numbers. What's happening is that when our program reaches our if statement, instead of comparing A and B, it assigns the value in B to A. So now A becomes 36. One tricky thing about the C programming language is that whenever we perform an assignment operation, it returns the value of the newly assigned variable. In this case, the if statement is asking if the value 36 is true, and for C, any value that's not 0 is true. We can write a serial.println A after the if-else statement to see this in action. Upload this and take a look at the serial monitor. We see true printed as the conditional part of the if statement saw 36, and that's not 0, so it ran the code under if. We see that the value of A was indeed changed to 36. So if you're seeing weird behavior from your if statements in your program, definitely check to see if you accidentally used a single equal sign. There's one last part to the if-else statement that I'd like to show. We can chain together if-else statements to check more than two states. Delete everything below the int A statement in the setup section. Write if, open parentheses, A equals 0, close parentheses, open curly brace, serial.println, open quotes, A is 0, close quotes, to show that A is equal to 0. Then make sure you have a close curly brace, else if, open parentheses, A less than 0, close parentheses, open curly brace. Serial.println, open quotes, A is negative, close quotes. If A isn't equal to 0, then the program checks this if statement next. If A is a negative number, then it will print that. Finally, write close curly brace, else open curly brace. Under that, serial.println, open quotes, A is positive, close quotes, and make sure there's a closed curly brace. If A isn't 0 and it isn't negative, then it has to be positive, so we'll print that to the terminal. Upload this and open a serial monitor. Because A is negative 107, we should get the middle condition to evaluate to true, so we should see A is negative in the terminal. As a real example of using if statements, let's say we have a button we want to press and have it execute some code. To do that in code, we would first set the pin connected to the button as an input. The program will be able to see if the button has been pressed or not. We also need to set the LED pin as an output, since we want the program to control that pin. We then want to check if the button has been pressed and, if so, turn on the light. If it has not been pressed, turn off the light. We need to repeat this conditional statement over and over again, so we'll have it in the loop function. With a button on a breadboard spanning across the channel, attach one of its pins to ground and the other pin that's on the same side of the breadboard to pin 7. Now, when we press the button, an electrical connection will be made between the ground pin and pin 7. We'll use some code to set the default state of pin 7 to 5 volts or digital high, so that when the button is not pushed, pin 7 will read high. When it is pushed, pin 7 will read low. In a new sketch, type const int button pin equals 7 and const int LED pin equals 13 at the top. These set the pin numbers of our button and LED. In setup, pin mode button pin, comma, input underscore pullup in all capital letters. This tells pin 7 that we want to watch its state from code, whether that's high, 5 volts, or connected to ground. Input pullup is a special identifier in Arduino that says we need to enable an internal pull-up resistor. This is what sets pin 7 to some default value, specifically digital high when it's not connected to another voltage, like ground. After that, write pin mode, LED pin, comma, output to tell Arduino that we want to control the voltage to the pin connected to the onboard LED. In loop, write if, open parentheses, digital read, button pin equals low, close parentheses, open curly brace. Under that, digital write, LED pin, comma, high. If the button is pressed, digital read will return low, which corresponds to 0 volts, as the button is connecting pin 7 to ground. If digital read returns low, the relational operation will be true and our program will set pin 13 voltage to high, which turns on the LED. Then write closed curly brace, else open curly brace. Under that, digital write, LED pin, comma, low, and make sure we have a closing curly brace. If the button is not pressed, then our button pin will be high and the if statement will be false. So the code in the else section will execute, ensuring that the LED is off. Upload this to your Arduino. When I press the button, the LED turns on, and when I let it go, the LED turns off. I know. I could just directly connect the LED to the button to accomplish the same thing, but we're doing it in code, so it's much cooler. Okay, if you want a challenge, try making it so that when you press the button, the LED flashes on for half a second and then off for half a second. Happy hacking!